you the keys and walk away, but you will not save money, because the core service is what brings money in, and you cannot get that free.
Being ward member for Ledbury is a tremendous privilege. I am hugely pleased to be able to represent the place where I grew up and went to school, and where I've been lucky enough to live for most of my life. The Master's House is a fantastic asset, and the whole town is so excited at having our iconic building back.
Now there's 64 colours of every shade.
A very strong memory of mine, of my childhood, is going with my mother to our local library in Hereford. And that special feeling of choosing something for me. It wasn't something that was given as a gift. It was just an important time, and I felt very grown up. And children are going to lose that special feeling. And just libraries, what can you say, they're just wonderful places.
Coloured yet, not coloured yet. I'm not coloured yet. No, I don't want to colour inside the lines. I'll colour the pictures that I design. Oh, I'll break out of this black and white world.
Well, this is my favourite piece of the library because it's so beautiful. A wonderful spread of children's books, and the murals are always done either by staff with help, or this wonderful one over here was done by the children during the summer activity, with all the flowers and the insects. And it's frequently full of people. That's what I love. They have weekly events here for preschoolers, and you often walk in here and find a family gathering up a stack of books. It's just fantastic. A really good provision. As you'd expect, a really good range of reference books of all kinds, and even a complete set of Ordnance Survey maps, which I think is wonderful, which you can borrow and take away, which I think is fabulous. And then the usual selection of crime and fiction and all the things we all enjoy getting out of the library and we really don't want to buy every week. Books and Prescription, which is a brilliant service of encouraging people to help themselves by using books both about their own conditions but also about people they're caring for. So there's a lot here for carers, and there's this fabulous set here which are a set of books on different topics aimed at dementia sufferers. So they're just wonderful pictures and words that you can sit down and use with somebody to talk about things and to bring memories back. And they're just, I think they're fabulous, really wonderful. A great set of computers. These are the only free open access computers in the centre of the town, which are available to people who don't have their own IT access. And of course to people whose IT isn't working. I have a friend who's in business locally, and he actually used this facility when his own IT broke down and ran his business from here for a week. Really important facility. Interesting set of local studies books, all sorts of aspects of life from South Herefordshire and the surroundings, including detailed information and general interest books. Very popular subject now, local history. One important provision is for people who are visually impaired. So the large print books, which I don't think you can get anywhere else, there's an excellent stock of those. And in addition, for those who can't see at all or who like to hear rather than see their books, the talking books. So a really important element that would be missing if people didn't have a library in Ross. When the library was first opened, there was a community room which was named after Dennis Potter, who's our local celebrity and star. Later, the library was altered, and the threat was that we would lose the community space completely, and that's when the Ross Library Development Group started to fight for our community space, which is this reading room, which is used for exhibitions and events and meetings, a really useful facility, as well as being the place to come and read the papers. A wonderful mural was done with the support of an artist and illustrator by children from Ross to celebrate the hedgehog, which is our local symbol, and it's become a very favourite part of the library. It's full of energy and life. You can come and collect your reservations, which is an efficient system for speeding things up at the desk. A good selection of that difficult bit, teenage fiction, that's somehow halfway between the children's library and the adult, that helps keep kids engaged until they move up to the adult library. And includes graphic novels. One of the librarians runs games workshops for slightly older, particularly boys, not always boys, but tends to be, which brings another little group into the library who really enjoy the chance to be in a different space and do something that's out of school and not at home. It would be terrible to lose this library. It's such an important facility for the people of Ross. It serves the old, the young, and everyone in between. It gives us computers, free Wi-Fi, books, DVDs, talking books, books on prescription. It's just an amazing facility. It's warm, it's friendly, everyone is welcome. And it's a cultural heart of Ross. Can't go. The library is located right opposite the bus stops. And it's a small thing, but this is where people come and sit and wait for their bus. And particularly for elderly people, there's no seats over there, it's a bit cold and exposed, and they can sit in the library for 20 minutes, be warm, it's a friendly environment, and they can read the paper. It's really good.
The new library sited in the Master's House is exactly what Ledbury's been asking for the last 15 years. The only disappointment is that it took us so much longer than we hoped it would to convince the council that that was the right thing to do. But now that it's there, it's a brilliant resource and so many people are grateful, and because of its disabled access it means that many people who weren't able to get into the old building can get into this one now. We're hugely supportive of the continuation of the library service across Herefordshire, whether it's for young people, whether it's to support people looking for employment, whether it's to provide the kind of speaking books and large print books that older people need to remain mentally stimulated, active and interested in the world. Libraries are a tremendous resource and they are a statutory requirement for the county to provide. The kind of suggestions that were being made over the last year or so in terms of slimming the provision in Herefordshire down to either just be in the city or to create a central spine where you have better supported libraries in Ross in the south, Hereford in the centre and Leominster in the north, with people being asked to travel in east and west to access those services. Again, we don't think is the right way to go.